Getting set. Thank you, Isaac. I also want to thank our PLU crew. Isaac, our sound guy, big round of applause. Michaela and Thuthu, PLU students that you won't see on stage, but who are video and audio recording us. Give them a big round of applause. You might have a question about what I just said. Yes, indeed. In a couple of weeks, if you check our Pacific Northwest Trombone Symposium website, you could, for a nominal fee, secure some video or audio recording. I think either or. Mr. Long made arrangements for PLU to do that for us so that it will be available of the concert, of the clinics, throughout the course of the day. There will be a little fee for the royalties, but pretty amazing opportunity. So as we get started, we're going to thank a few of the members that are on stage, but I want you first to just look around, and all of us up here on stage have a crew of folks behind all of us that I've tried to thank all day. But this group of folks just stepped up and did everything to make this happen. We already thanked Stephen, and parents in the crowd. I said this earlier to all of our students about, testament to that Stephen created this thing for us, but we're going to give him one more big round of applause. Stephen, Mr. Dave Connect, wave at us, Dave. Mr. Ken Labertu, our board of directors of the Pacific Northwest Trombone Symposium. They're the reason why we have the opportunity to be organized as a 501c3 nonprofit organization and do all of this for you. We'll thank some more individuals as we go. We have a super cool concert for you. We're going to bring out our guest artists in a while. You might notice we haven't had a vocalist yet. We thought it was time. Miss Sydney Kovacs is going to sing for us on a tune called It Had Better Be Tonight. This tune was written by Henry Mancini, the music and lyrics by Johnny Mercer, part of the Great American Songbook. Mr. Long commissioned Mark Taylor. Teachers and students in the crowd might recognize Mark Taylor's name as a arranger of jazz music in your jazz band folder. Stephen reached out to Mark and asked him if he would rearrange a couple of tunes that he has for jazz band and voice for us, for trombone, choir, and voice. And both that Sydney are going to sing are these. This tune was written for the 1963 film that you might know as The Pink Panther, and has been recorded by all kinds of people, including Michael Bublé. It Had Better Be Tonight with Sydney Kovacs.
If you're ever gonna kiss me,
Miss Sydney Kovacs on vocals. We'll welcome her back in a little bit too. Hey, let's thank this amazing rhythm section. If you were here for the clinics, they were here tirelessly waiting to play for a few measures to highlight special moments with our clinicians. On piano, Henry Nielsen. On guitar, Alex Ispacohen. On bass, the low notes, Mr. Teal Warren. And on drums, keeping us honest, Mr. Joel Bozich. Freebie? Be on this side, right? We're going to play musical chairs a bit. 4B? Anybody have 4B? 4B? Ned took his stand. Ned, can you leave your stand back? Yeah, here we go. Ned will, I don't know. Ned, send your stand back down. This is what unplanned musical chairs looks like. Hey, while we're organizing where we're going, this arrangement is a really special arrangement of this tune. I think most of you will recognize this song. There we go. Most of you will recognize this song, but this is a really special arrangement, period, full stop. But it's a really special arrangement to those of us that are trombone players. Also, we're going to welcome Mr. John Ohnstad back to play some low notes with us and feature him on a tune called It's Not Easy Being Green. Hands, you recognize this tune? Title? Yeah, Kermit the Frog. Made famous by Jim Henson singing as Kermit the Frog. Covered by all kinds of folks, Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, Van Morrison. Henry Betts is the arranger of this version that we're going to play. Henry Betts was an accomplished jazz player in his own right. He played with all kinds of folks for decades. But this version was written, and we got to hear the story of it from John today. This version was written for Mr. Bass Trombone, George Roberts. If you haven't heard of George Roberts, look him up. Memorize that name and look him up. He's one of the heroes of trombone. He happened to play bass trombone, and he aspired to play like Irby Green, but an octave down. So lyrically, and just the most tasty trombone playing, low. So John's going to play Bein' Green, arranged by Harry Betts. We're so fortunate that John has carved out some time to be with us. He's from the Pacific Northwest, but we love that he's here. Another big round of applause for our friend John Ohnstad. John has a group of trombonists that he plays with in Portland that does all kinds of things. And he and Stephen Long got connected through playing together, and we've struck up a friendship between our groups, and it's such an honor to have him up with us. We're going to bring out one of our other clinicians. We're sharing up stands. David Marriott Jr. is joining us on stage now. If you were here with us earlier, you heard David get us all smart about improvising and making good choices and listening and supporting each other. We are really fortunate, again, that David Marriott Jr. is a local trombonist, musician. He's from Seattle. And you may have heard him play around. If you haven't yet, you should. You should seek him out in one of the groups that he plays in. He plays in many groups, including the Seattle Repertory Jazz Orchestra, the Emerald City Jazz Orchestra. He's played with a long list of artists as a co-player, sideman, frontman, anywhere that he could play jazz. Branford Marsalis, Stuart Dempster, Mark Taylor, Jim Knapp, Steve Korn, Seattle's Young Lions, and the saxophonist David Liebman. David and his brother Thomas, the trumpeter, play together in their group, his group, the Marriott Jazz Quintet. They play all over the Northwest. So anytime that you can catch them, please do. He has many accolades, including being a two-time winner of the Earshot Jazz Golden Ear Award. He's here being sponsored as a Yamaha guest artist. We're deeply thankful to both Yamaha and our local store, Ted Brown Music, who are sponsoring his appearance today. Fun fact about David, he was in dozens of television commercials before he was even at the age of 9. You might be able to even Google him and his name and find him in a Puyallup Fair commercial. Challenge. There you go. We're going to feature David on a jazz standard called Moanin'. Bobby Timmons wrote this for Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. It was released on a 1958 album of the same title. This is a real great example of call and response jazz. Alex is going to play the melody at the very beginning. David's going to blow some choruses in the middle and improvise for us. There's a short bass solo with Teal after that. Bobby Timmons, Moanin'.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
David Marriott, Jr. Mr. David Marriott, Jr. telling stories on the trombone. One more big round of applause. He'll be back in a few moments. We're going to bring out one of our other clinicians. Nathan, you want to come out on stage as we bring out Nathan Tanouye. So, all of us who host events, like, you know, aim for the sky and all of these guests, and we hope they say yes, and they all keep saying yes to Stephen. I'm not sure what his magic is. Well, I do know. He's just this charming human being who just puts us all together, seriously. And, well, to other people, yes, yeah. But Nathan's come all this way from Las Vegas to join us. He thanked us earlier. Whoever in the crowd is responsible for the break in the rain, but gave him a little bit of sunshine. I know it's probably cold here for you, but I can't have everything. Nathan's the professor of trombone at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV. He is an on-call trombonist in Las Vegas for everything. He plays. He's the principal trombonist for the Las Vegas Philharmonic. He leaves other work for other people too, but he plays everything. He plays jazz. He plays in the Las Vegas Philharmonic. He plays shows in Las Vegas. While he's there, he's played countless shows. He's a prolific composer and arranger, including, you might know one of the people that he's her main arranger and orchestrator, Celine Dion. Who? Yeah. Nathan gets around. Nathan is here being sponsored by the S.E. Shires Company. He's a Shires artist, and we thank Shires for their sponsorship to bring him here. We couldn't do it without the sponsorship of our sponsors, without the help of our sponsors. This is a really special arrangement, arranged by our guest soloist. Nathan plays with a group in Las Vegas called the Las Vegas Boneheads. A bunch of his friends, trombone players, try to come up with the most clever names for our groups, and everybody else just rolls their eyes at us. Friends from Las Vegas, the Boneheads. This piece is called Skylark, a jazz standard. Again, music by Hoagie Carmichael, lyrics by Johnny Mercer from the Great American Songbook. Nathan arranged this for his group. Hoagie Carmichael originally wrote this melody based on a Bix Beiderbecke cornet improvisation solo. And they tried to make a musical biography about Bix, and it just didn't fly. So he asked Johnny Mercer to write lyrics for it. It sat idle for about a year. Hoagie Carmichael forgot that he had asked him, and then Johnny Mercer sent him this song with the lyrics, and it goes on from there. It's become one of the great American songs. First recordings were released in 1942, versions by Glenn Miller, Harry James, Dinah Shore, Bing Crosby. Skylark. Many folks would say that the trombone is the wind instrument that's closest to the human voice. It sure sounds like David's just singing up, or Nathan's just singing up a song, doesn't it? It's just such sweet, sweet playing. Let's give him one more big round of applause. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I miss Sydney. Trombone playing is all good and stuff, but let's bring Sydney back out. Well, Sydney gets set up to sing. Let's meet the band. Trombone players, I'm going to read your names. Just give us a little wave. We met Ryan Wagner earlier. Brian. All right, Cass. Brian Baldwin, Jenny Goebel, Stuart Hambley, Dave Knecht, Ken Lavertu, Jim Stevens, Brett Underwood. I'm John Wetherington, Ned Jacobson on the low tones, and Stephen Long. Ashish Malutu, I missed you. There we go. Everybody, thank our trombone players. We've brought both Nathan and David out. We're going to feature Stuart Hambley and both Nathan and David improvising in the middle of I Can't Give You Anything But Love, Baby. And we're going to bring up a few members of the PLU trombone choir to join us on these last two songs. This one is a vocal, like I said, with Sydney. This is from a Broadway show called Blackbirds of 1928. You've never heard of it, neither had I before I did this research. But this tune ranks number 24. I know the tune, and lots of you will recognize it, ranks number 24 on the most recorded songs of the century, ending in 1955. Did you know that? You learned something tonight. Here we go. I Can't Give You Anything But Love, Baby. you. Woohoo. Go. Go. You asked for it. One, two, 1, 2, 3.
give you anything. I can't give you anything. I can't give you anything but love.
Mr. Stuart Hambley on trombone. David Marriott Jr. on trombone. Nathan Tanouye on trombone. And our very own vocalist, Sydney Kovacs. Mr. Long, do you have anything else to say? Wow.
Thank you.
Let the minutes show. Mr. Long is speechless. We're going to thank you one more time. Big round of applause for Stephen Long. This next tune, our last tune for the evening. Before we thank you all, if you see anything after we finish that needs to be picked up or moved, I know that those folks, Dave and Stephen, would appreciate a couple of young extra hands toting stuff out to cars. Or yeah, whatever, just extra hands, yeah. There's lots of pickup to do too after today, but we appreciate everybody being here. Spread that word to everyone that was here during the day, even if they couldn't stay for the concert, that we sure appreciate your being here. Look forward to this event around this time next year again with undisclosed but amazing more guest artists. This next, yeah, I know, thanks. This last tune is a really special piece. It was written by another Shires artist, Michael Davis, amazing trombonist in his own right, and dedicated to Irby Green. It's called Bon Appetit. It was released on his 1997 album Absolute Trombone, which in the original featured Irby Green, one of our heroes of jazz trombone. This one will feature our guest artists, David and Nathan, and our rhythm section, and all of us trying to hold on. Bon Appetit by Michael Davis.
Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Sliphorn Society and friends. John Ohnstad. Alexis Smith, are you around out there? Is Alexis there?
Yes, she's right over here. Alexis.
Alexis Smith? Not Sydney. Sydney, wave at us. We'll applaud for Sydney Kovacs. If Alexis comes out, she's our Shire's person who was here doing test fittings of horns, showing off all of their wares and teaching us about fitting trombones to our playing. Gentlemen, guest artists, you all played several of our favorite notes tonight. Thank you very much. It's lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all next year. Make lots of music on trombones between now and then. Take care. Drive safely.